Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the 5-Minute EVE News Recap. I'm your host, Aelias Zero, and this is episode 2 for the week ending Thursday, September 25th, 2014. In this week's news for game changes, there's been an update to the coming Sino changes in Oceanus. Sinos will now be able to be lit within 25 kilometers of a POS shield, but the incoming ships will still land 25 kilometers away from the shields themselves. Wormholes and their nebulae will be getting a graphical overhaul in the coming update. The color palettes between all wormhole systems will be somewhat normalized, and the wormholes themselves will look somewhat different, but each wormhole class will still be distinguishable from the next. CCP Gargant has posted the patch notes for Oceanus online. You can find the link in the description. While Oceanus doesn't offer much in the way of in-game content, it does however implement the start of the module Tyricide program. Other changes include a new cloaking effect, localization efforts, interdictor and interceptor rebalancing, and many small UI optimizations and changes focused on giving more utility and accessibility to the user interface. Oceanus is expected to drop next Tuesday, September 30th. Up next is PvP news. Hero was dropped on twice while grinding Sov by Pandemic Legion. In the first case, Hero had effectively sacrificed 9 dreadnoughts and 48 hacks in a successful bid to destroy a Pravi block SBU. In the second instance, Peel managed to destroy the Hero SBU while the station only had 1% of structure remaining, thereby effectively ending the Hero Sov grind for that system. Razor Alliance and Legion of Death have clashed in a capital slugfest, resulting in about 55 billion in losses for each side. In the clash, Razor lost 3 carriers and 15 dreadnoughts, while Legion of Death lost 13 dreadnoughts. A Razor member stated that the fight started shortly after reinforcing a tower. Both sides escalated until there was about 40 capitals on field. A Hero member on Reddit has posted a lengthy after-action report of the battle in BRTech N97 that took place last week. Overload Everything, using an Abaddon and Napoc fleet comp, squared off against a CFC Drake fleet. Overload Everything, outnumbered nearly 3-1, managed to kill 22 ships in the CFC fleet but did lose a Vindicator in the brawl. The Gorgon Empire lost a small cap fleet consisting of an Archon, a Naglfar, a Moros, and a Helios to a lone Mimitar control tower in J134702. In Alliance and Corp news, Razor Alliance announced online via means of propaganda poster that they are now joining Caldari faction warfare. Members of Gal Mill faction warfare have made a response in a similar fashion. Goonswarm has announced their Pubswarm Federation program, which is a Renner Corp intended for solo and small group players to be able to be part of a Renner Alliance without having their own Renner Corp. In this week's community news, some PL members have hosted the 1000 Ishkur salute for user Knickknack Paddywhack's deceased grandfather. User Knickknack Paddywhack posted a touching story on the EVE subreddit about plexing his grandfather's account. His grandfather passed away last week and PL hosted the event in his grandfather's honor. 2 carriers were later dropped on the Ishkur fleet, and PL counter-dropped a Macarial fleet to assist the Ishkurs. My condolences go out to Knickknack Paddywhack and his family. The Daily Whelp wrote an article called Remembering the Fallen that covers our fellow EVE pilots that can't fly with us anymore. Each year, EVE seems to lose many pilots to suicides, accidents, or illness. In the wake of these terrible incidents, Broadcast for Reps is an in-game channel made for anyone that wants to talk or listen to someone going through real-life struggles. Please don't forget to Broadcast for Reps. The in-game channel is BROADCAST, the number 4, REPS. Overload Everything has posted a video online showing that they are, in fact, still here. The video covers many fights in many regions and is about 23 minutes in total running time. Tripwire, a major wormhole mapping tool used by groups such as Laserhawks and the Upholders Alliance, has just had a very large patch including many new features and plenty of bug fixes. Tripwire's creator, Damian Mercer, has posted patch notes on the EVE Online wormhole forums. More dramas erupted in the Incursion community. Incursion Shiny Network, or ISN, members had looted from the Valhalla Project, or TVP, wrecks following TVP losing many ships during a mass log-off. The log-off occurred due to the string of DDoS attacks aimed at CCP's servers. ISN has suggested making an accord between themselves and TVP, and has offered to include any other incursion groups that would like to be signatories of the pact. That wraps it up for this week's 5-Minute EVE News Recap. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback, so please leave them below, and please subscribe to my channel for more EVE News recaps. Again, I'm your host, Aelias Zero. Thanks for tuning in.